There was a time in India when condom was a taboo. We used to go to medical stores and try various names and actions just to buy a pack of condoms. Still, the condom market in India stands at around 1800 crores as per the latest data. And every brand wants to just bite off the major chunk of this market. We already know the names of the biggest condom brands in India, which include Manforce, Kama Sutra, Score, Moods, and definitely Durex. Who doesn't know Durex, right? But do you know what? Being a global brand, Durex was mostly invisible to the Indian audiences until 2017. It only had 1.7% market share by volume. But fast forward to 2022, Durex is the second largest condom brand in India and it holds almost 14% market share by value in India. If we just put it in numbers, Durex now holds over rupees 250 crores of market share in India. The question here is, how did Durex make its presence felt in the already crowded Indian market? Interestingly, no brand had ever taught us the right way of buying a condom. Even the mainstream media used to make it a secret mission to buy a pack of condoms or use to objectify women to target men. Durex saw this as an opportunity and started building its presence in the Indian market. But how? All the marketers here, please note this down very carefully. To understand any business, we need to first understand the customer persona. Globally, the condom as a product is mainly for males. While if we look at the gender ratio in India, there are over 48% of the audience in India that are female. But that said aside, condom brands went along with the traditional way of targeting direct customers through their marketing. That too, male. To pull the crowds towards safer sex, brands were mainly focusing on objectifying women across TVCs and other media. One of the major brands even had Sunny Leone as their brand ambassador. This was supposedly done to attract the male audiences towards the brand. But you guys think of it. Who do you think should make the decision of buying the right condom? If two people are involved, then the choice and consent of both matters. So based on this thing, Durex did something completely different from other brands. For the first time in India, Durex started changing the narrative by talking to and about women. The brand roped in Ranveer Singh to launch its new product range. This was done to appeal to the audiences across genders. As the star was getting quite popular to all kinds of audiences and mainly the young generation, Durex set the tone right for increasing their market presence in India. Now, while the brand had the right mindset, the execution didn't really help much. There were still major challenges that were to come, and this was just the beginning. Through these acts, Durex was able to change the narrative but wasn't able to start conversations amongst the audiences. The second part of any business is to become a point of conversation amongst audience, which marketers also refer to as engagement. Durex soon realized that it was important to increase the direct conversations about sex despite the stigma and taboo in the Indian culture. So in 2018, Durex shocked the social media world through a statistic that started a conversation amongst the young audiences. What was that statistic? I would let the actress Swara Bhaskar tell you that.
Hi, this is Swara Bhaskar and I have come across this mind-boggling statistic via Durex India. Did you know that 70% of Indian women may not orgasm each time they have sex? I mean, that is crazy. Look guys, men and women have different bodies and we orgasm differently, but honestly, should pleasure be a solo game just for one gender? I think not. And in India, we already have so much social inequality, gender inequality. We cannot add orgasm inequality to that list. Durex India, can we do something?
Now, this is actually shocking if you think about it. But the question really is, what was Durex trying to do here? So Durex wanted to launch a new product, Durex Mutual Climax. To do so, the brand focused on women's orgasms and started communicating lucidly that sexual pleasure is a mutual act and not one-way traffic. Durex planned to directly engage with the audience in 4 phases. In phase 1, with the campaign named #OrgasmInequality, Durex started conversations about sex across genders and ignited a debate around the same. In phase 2, Durex addressed another issue, that was fake orgasms. Here, the conversation began with the actress Pooja Bedi asking other women to come forward and share their experiences of fake orgasms with hashtag #IFakedItToo. In phase 3, Pooja Bedi went live on Durex Twitter handle to validate the problems and provided solutions to orgasm inequality. And finally, in phase 4, the product was launched. The overall campaign had 5 hashtags. What is interesting to note are the engagement results. Let's take a look at it. While most of the brands in the segment continued to objectify women in their communications, Durex amplified tabooed topics instead. But the competition was still very fierce, and the brand had just tasted some orgasmic results through their marketing efforts. Now, because of what happened in the above campaign, Durex made sure that it becomes their marketing strategy. The question is, what is this marketing strategy called? This marketing strategy is called content marketing. And within content marketing, Durex focused on 3 marketing techniques: moment marketing, cause marketing, and influencer marketing. If you guys remember our previous episodes about Amul and Fevicol, we did talk about moment marketing in those episodes. While Amul and Fevicol are old brands leveraging topical news for decades, here was a new brand that wanted to appeal to the young crowd while promoting safe sex. Some of their witty and slapstick humorous takes resonate really well with millennials as well as Gen Z. Durex's Instagram and Twitter are full of subtle sexual innuendo and quirky social campaigns. Be it Bollywood gossip, sports news, or some random international day, Durex's marketing team is always praised for their quirky takes on everything. Durex currently has more than 239,000 followers on Instagram, but the best thing is their engagement rate, which jumps to a whopping 5% and above. The next thing that Durex does really well is cause marketing. We already discussed how Durex started conversations about orgasm inequality. More recently, Durex launched a campaign along with Humans of Bombay to talk about stories of love from the LGBTQ community. Hashtag Love Loud and Proud. The campaign name challenged the binary norms of love, sex, and gender. This is one of the most progressive forms of engagement for a condom brand in India till date. With exploring stories from around the country and promoting safe sex, Durex has definitely touched the spot of the young millennial India. And to extend the same, they've also started utilizing influencers that usually talk about healthy sex and lifestyle. With influencers like Trinitra Haldar, Sushant Devikkar, and more, Durex has been using the social media influencers time and again to remain relevant to their target audience and keep engaging with them. And through these marketing activities, Durex has been able to become the second largest condom brand in India. Now, we all have praised the marketing of Durex time and again. The question to be answered here is, what can we learn from the marketing plan of Durex? So from the customer persona chapter, we can learn that it is important to define your audience and make your product solve the exact same problem for them. From the engagement chapter, we can learn that once you have identified your audience, it's important to make them talk about it. With the quirky words and choice of influencers, Durex made sure we relate with the brand. With these strategies, you can learn that Durex has raised the bar for quite a lot of brands, and they literally own up the sex-based content on social media. Through its humorous and out-of-box marketing, they've managed to create a platform to promote themselves and have healthy discussions on sex. And that's how it became the second largest brand of condoms in India. I hope this marketing case study has given you a greater clarity into the world of Durex and their marketing efforts. We will keep bringing more of such case studies for you in the future, so stay tuned. This is Captain Ruhan signing off.